Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Scootsy16 here, and I'm gonna do a quick test here. I just want to kind of check and see how this all plays out if I try to record from my PS5. So I'm actually gonna set a quick exhibition match between Season 10 team of my Heaters franchise versus Season 10 team of my Blowfish franchise. You see, I use uh, my custom designs that I use for each team. We're going to watch this. I am going to create just a quick 3-inning matchup. Actually, I'll do 2 innings here. I'm not really interested in doing anything crazy. And no auto runner and designated hitter on. Random field. We'll use the suggested lineup here, the suggested lineup here, and we're ready to go. Looks like we're going to be playing at the Colonial Plaza. Pretty excited about both of these teams. Again, nothing too much. That's really loud. That is really loud. I don't know if it's that loud for all of you, so I'm just going to turn the master volume down. This guy too. Whew, that was, I don't know if it was as loud for everyone else, but just gonna adjust some of these sliders just to be safe. All right, here we go.
Get on your horse and let's do the
All right, we're watching. Let's see what we got going on here. We have Slash Trips, Carolina Santos, and Juice Jackson due to lead off against Frago Balastandos. We all know how good Slash is, but he is older in his career at this point. So he looks like he did lose his bad ball hitter trait. Frago playing it safe. He does have volatile. I don't remember when he got that. Slash grounds out to second. 1 out. Next we have Caroline Santos, and as you can see, was really excited to have her added to the team as we do focus on our yellow and green traits. So she can be quite the havoc. Swings through that one. We got 1-2 count here. Carolina fouls off, staying alive. And swings right through that one. That was a nasty pull the string move from Frago. 2 down, and here comes Juice Jackson. He still has his off-speed and stimulated trait. I don't think stimulated comes into play at all in a 2-inning game, but he grounds out to second, and that's 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Here comes Rock Cole to face off against the Heaters, and we start with Tex Pugh. I liked him. He has a strong defensive characteristic with some good bat, but not the best player we have. I don't remember enough about Rock Cole, but you can see he's got some velocity behind him. And he puts it right in the corner there for out number 1. Got him caught looking. Here comes Stump Hazard. He stayed on our team for most of the entire Heaters franchise. Really enjoyed having him on the team with his RBI hero and tough out characteristic trait. That was really valuable for him. He lines it to short for out number 2, and here comes Mashed Taters, which, as you can see, he did gain the RBI hero, so he was probably the cornerstone of our entire team. Puts a charge into that one, but a little early. And he gets that one over the second baseman's head. It heads straight to the wall. Mash doesn't have a lot of speed, and Caroline got to that quickly, so he's going to be held with a single. Here comes Elder Lowe. Has the power versus right-hander and the RBI hero trait, which is really nice. If Mash could have put a little bit more speed in behind his base hit there. We might have seeded activate here, which would have been pretty wild. He's fighting off a few pitches here. Rock's really going at him. Puts one in that corner. He missed it this time. High pitch. Gets just enough of it to stay alive. And another one. Fouling off. He's just trying to work his pitch count up as much as possible. And there's a little soft liner to Willard Wiggins for out number 3. And after a base hit, they don't do anything else. And Frago's back on the mound. I did get a chance to grab Willard Wiggins, and I don't remember much about how he did in the Blowfish franchise, but gotta love those yellow traits. Swings through strike number 2. Frago trying to put him away, and he finds a spot and completely fooled Wiggins. Here comes Tandy Gaines. This was a rare find later in the franchise. Was really excited to see both clutch and stimulated. And as you can see with the extreme pressure right now, clutch goes off. Somehow Tandy still swings through that one. Being patient with 2 strikes. Fights another one off, not his pitch. Fouling off again. Frago's locked in trying to make something happen here. And a little soft, weird little hit past Frago for a base hit. And we have a runner on for catcher who's playing designated hitter today, Cameron Rasputin. Again, another clutch. Really like those clutch players. Now, Rash Weaver's behind the plate. He's got a hell of an arm. So we don't expect to see anyone stealing, but they'll probably do it anyway because that's how the AI works in this game. Frago gets a ground out to short for the double play, and just like that, we are heading to the bottom of the second. This is how the game ends if we can't get any, if we can get a score from the heaters here. There's Rash. That power versus right-hander trait kicks in. He has a slow poke, but we weren't really worried about that with him being a catcher and already really slow. He lines out to Tandy for out number 1 at first base. And here comes Elleroids. You know, I don't remember why I ended up not maxing out my green traits in the Heaters franchise. I don't know if it was a specific player that just I couldn't get rid of or what, but Ella's here. Does not have stimulated activated, but Mind Gamer is playing a role here. Ooh, but doesn't matter to Rock as he puts one right under the strike zone that chases for out number 2. Rena coming in. Got some pop, but a little shaky on the contact. Rock is really stepping up here in this second inning. Ooh, a crazy curveball for strike number 2. Try to get her to chase. She's not having it. And that's a walk. He pitched it just inside. Rena was patient, and she was able to get past it. Here comes Hal Stephenson. Here comes Taylor McWales to replace Rock Cole. He's a righty, so Hal's power versus lefty will not activate. He has an outside pitch, but it's on the minimum perk. Ground to short, throws over to first. Out number 3, and we head to extra innings. I don't know if any of you are enjoying this commentary. I don't know if the audio mix works really well, but again, this was more so just a test. By the way, what were we doing with Axel here with those awful traits? But he gets a base hit, and that's what we need when we have when we're in extras. We just need anything to happen here. All right, we love a good piddle stick, and here comes Ezekiel to provide one. Working with number 2 off-speed hitter with an off-speed pitcher on the mound. This could be a big factor, and Tough Out gets activated. And it doesn't matter. Ezekiel whips right through that one. One out, and Frago's still feeling good. Here comes Flash Lithar. Would be much more beneficial with a runner on second or third, but he grounds out, advancing the runner, and we have 2 outs for Slash Trips. Pressure is extreme here, so if we can get to those clutch pitchers, then we could really make some, or clutch players. Slash pokes one. It's hanging up just a little too much, and right at the edge of the warning track, Jesus Greens catches it for out number 3. And can the Heaters finish this off? We'll see. Jesus Green, who just made the last out, comes up. Great power, great speed, absolutely terrible contact. But he makes contact there, right to Willard Wiggins for out number 1. Wrapping around to the top of the order for the Heaters, we have Tex Pugh. Some solid contact, good power, extreme pressure, and pops one foul, 2 strikes, and staying alive on a high fastball. Pulls that one just foul down the line. Swings through a pitch in the dirt for out number 2. All right, so Stump Hazard comes up. He was really, behind Mashed Taters, the second most productive offensive player we had. Takes high for ball 1. Swings on an inside pitch, way inside. Takes ball 2. We got 2-1 here. And with 2 strikes, here comes tough out, and Taylor is gassed at this point, but he gets the slow dribbler back to the mound for out number 3, and extra innings are going to continue. Frago has still been able to stay on the mound and hold the Blowfish at bay, but yeah, here comes Caroline Santos with that clutch, as I mentioned. We're not even in extreme situation, so it's not fully activated. Really pokes that one hard, but got underneath it. And Stump's sitting there for out number 1 right on the edge of the warning track. Couple of surprise pokes, but nothing making a difference yet. And here comes Juice Jackson, who he blasts that one right past Frago and into center field for a base hit, and he's essentially our equivalent to Mashed Taters on the Heaters. Here comes Willard. And here comes a pinch runner with some speed. If he's going to try to get this RBI hero trait activated for Willard Wiggins, that could be pretty big, but is Rash Weaver going to allow it? Oh, doesn't matter. We got to pop up to, wow, that second baseman really ranged for that one. Probably not necessary, but that's out number 2. Comes another big hitter here. We got Tandy Gaines coming up, and his clutch is fully maximized, but look at that. Another pitcher with clutch. As you can tell, that's my favorite trait. That'd be number S tier. That's a high S tier for me. For these situations, as you can see, it's necessary. Tandy swings at one, barely touches it. Blasts that bat into thousands of pieces. Full count, runners going. Fouls that one off. We got another pitch. Runners going, and right at Raina Meyer for out number 3, and we're going to keep it going. Mashed Taters comes up, could end it with just one swing of the bat here. He's 1 for 1 with a single so far. And out of the game is Taylor McWales, and in comes Jackson Nelson. Pretty even across the board with a composed trait that we might see kick in here in a second. Fouls off. First strike. Swings at strike number 2 here, and whiffs right through that one on an off-speed pitch that just had him fooled. Elder Lowe steps up. Big right-handed power hitter. Pops out for strike 1. We're way late on strike 2. And gives it a charge, but we're going to find it right at the edge of the warning track once again. There's nothing happening so far. Rash Weaver coming in. Got that power versus right-hander activated. It's probably not one of my max tiers, just for the sake of the fact that it doesn't give a huge boost. But Rash flies out to right field, and Julio Frigate is there to put it away for out number 3. And heading to the 5th inning on a 2-inning game, so I'm glad I made it short. Another clutch situation here, but we're not in extreme pressure, so it's not a max buff to either pitcher or batter. Ground out to short. Tex Pugh with a hell of an arm throws it to Taters for out number 1. Here comes Axel Torque. I want to say he got Whiffer right at the end of the 10th year, and we just kind of kept him for that bat. And I don't feel like he was my starter either, but boy, he puts a charge into that one, and it lines straight to the left center field wall. A wild throw on the way in, but that's a stand-up double for Axel Torque. And this is a great opportunity for the Blowfish to put some runs on the board, which might be all they need with the way they've been pitching. Swings through strike 1, takes ball number 1. Fiddlestick, maybe they can make something happen here. Swings through strike 2. We got 1 out. Tough out activates. And ground ball up the middle. Is he going to try it? No, he is not. Jesus' arm is just strong enough that Torque did not want to test it. But here we can see Flash Leather has their RBI hero activated. Another clutch pitcher comes in. He has specialist, but it's not active here as he's a lefty. And there's a good poke to deep right field, and the runner's going to tag. Ella has a great arm, and it advances the runner to second, and he's safe, and that's the first run of the game. What a big play, and Levar was able to get it just deep enough to get the run in, and the runner smartly advances to second on the throw home. So even though Burton all day has max clutch, he just put that one in the wrong spot, and now he's got to deal with the dangerous Slash Trips who put a charge into that one, and it's going to get out of here. Boy, the Blowfish are opening this game up. Slash Trips, you never want to give him a ball to hit because he will take advantage of it, and he quickly makes it a 3-0 ball game with that 2-run shot. And clutch goes away at this point, I believe, with the pressure being lower, but Caroline still has that max bad ball hitter trait. And if Burton isn't careful, he grounds out to first, and Mash is way too slow, but Burton gets there for out number 3, and damage has been dealt here. Yeah, it wasn't what you wanted to see from that pitching staff, but the Blowfish were able to capitalize, and now they just need to hold the bottom of the order. And Blowfish are going defense now. So probably a smart move. As we have Jackson Nelson coming in, and he's starting to get gassed. Leroyds could make something happen here, and she does. Ground ball right up the middle. Nelson just too slow, couldn't get to it in time, and the Heaters are in business with no outs and a woman on first base. Here comes Rena Mayer, and out comes Nelson, in comes Vargas. Does have reverse splits. It is a max debuff, and just like that, Rena is in bad shape with that debuff from the reverse splits. Vargas was a big get for us as a lefty with reverse splits, as most players are righties, and just like that, strikeout for out number 1. And the good news for Stephenson is the power versus lefty offsets the reverse splits in the power department, but unfortunately, that contact still getting debuffed pretty significantly. Can he overcome? We have one out, 1-1 count. Swings through that one, and things are not looking good for the Heaters after an initial base hit from Elleroids. And fights it to stay alive with a full count and one out. Still staying alive with another foul, and maybe Hal's strategy is just to get Vargas out of this game with all these pitches. And another one, right? So we're now up to 14 pitches for Vargas, which in a 2-inning game is a lot, and his stamina is oof. Lines it straight to Bentley Zoner at third for out number 2, but Vargas is really, really hurting, and Jesus Green comes in with no contact whatsoever. So this is the battle of bad pitcher versus bad batter right now. With the stamina and the debuff. And can Vargas get out of it? There's the pop-up. Tandy, can he get to it? He finds it right there for out number 3, and that's the ball game. The Blowfish pull it off in an extra inning affair, going up 5-2. Blowfish, 3 runs on 6 hits with no errors. The Heaters could not get anything going. 0 runs on 2 hits and 0 errors. For the Blowfish, Trips with a big 2-run homer there in the 5th inning. Juice Jackson gets a base hit. Tandy Gaines with a base hit. And Torque actually went 2 for 2, scored one of those runs. And Piddlestick also was able to get a hit today for a total of those 6. On the Heaters side, only hits came from mashed taters and Elleroids. Lots of strikeouts. We did get a base on balls from Rena Meyer towards the beginning of that game. For pitchers, we see Rock Cole went 1 2/3 inning with 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. The relief came in and really played up really well. Taylor McWales, Jackson Nelson, and Ramon Vargas, I believe was his name. They held up really well for a full 5 innings there, but unfortunately, Benson for the Heaters just could not put it together, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, and Burton all day came in and gave up the home run to Slash Trips, and that was all that they needed to put this game away. Slash Trips, your player of the game with 1 for 3, a home run, 2 RBIs. That was the difference maker. Froggo had a hell of a game, but it wasn't enough in the end. 3 2/3 innings, went way into extras. Gave up 3 hits, but also struck out 3. And Axel, honestly, those 2 hits were the difference in this game. That 1 run was all they needed. But I don't know. Give me some feedback on what you think about the commentary and the recording. Maybe this is something that I can do. I think it would be fun. I felt like I was talking a lot, but I don't know if that was a good or a bad thing. So keep me posted. Please give me any positive, constructive feedback. Constructive is fine. I just don't need any, um, anything that can help me to decide whether this is something I should do or not would be really, really good to know. So thank you all so much if you did watch this, and we'll talk to you all next time. Bye, everyone.